Well, hello everyone, and good morning, and welcome to another episode with your girl Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. Hopefully, you guys are having a lovely and awesome day. So, we are going to do what everyone loves: math. Yeah, I know. A lot of you are probably booing and hissing right now, but here's the thing. We're going to be breaking down concepts that's going to help you with the ASVAB, the GED, the AccuPlacer, maybe even the current Algebra 1 or Algebra 2 class. Never know. So if you just give me a chance, let me show you how we can break down some concepts, especially these lovely word problems, and be able to, gain our confidence. Then this is the platform for you. So as you guys are coming on in, go ahead, just say hi. Let's see how things are going. We're going to be here for about a good hour and 15 minutes because I got to go back to tutoring. All right, yes, and I said back to tutoring. So let's get started. So an employee's rating on performance appraisals for the last 3 quarters were 92, 88, 86. If the required yearly average to qualify for promotion is 90, how much should the 4th quarter rating be? So should it be A, 90, B, 93, C, 92, or D, 94? Brah, I know. Welcome on in. The Beagle's giving me 94. Okay, we have some very spicy comments as well that TikTok is blocking. Really, guys? It's Sunday morning. Relax. Okay, Mackenzie is saying D. Okay, Over It is saying D. Hey, I feel you. Because sometimes I'm a little bit over it. Okay, Tasha is saying 94. Okay, Isabella is saying C. ChatGPT says B. But what do you say, Lena? Okay, you think it's 47? Okay, easy. D, trust me. Okay, I love how I'm trusting you, and this is my first time meeting you. Over. Okay, Larissa's saying 94. Isabella's saying 4. You sure? A? 90? You sure, Isabella? Okay, Isaac's saying 94. Let's get one more, and then we can show you. All right. Isabella, you having a stroke? Are you okay, baby girl? It's A. It's D. It's 4. It's 12. It's Goose. Ken's saying 93. And Gavin is saying A. All right. Well, let's take a look. So anytime they mention the word average, we should be thinking about the mean. So that means we're going to have our 92 plus our 88, okay, plus our 86. So those were the first 3 numbers, but they want to know how much should the 4th quarter rating be. So since we don't know what that is, we're going to use X. And we know that this whole thing is supposed to equal 90, but since we're doing the average means that you're going to add everything up and divide by how many numbers that we're dealing with, which is 4. So now, in order to get out of this fraction form, we could multiply both sides by 4. So 4 times 90 gives me 360. And then we want to add up our 92, our 88, and our 86, which gives me 266. And in order for us to figure out what that missing tone is, we're going to have to subtract 266 from both sides. So when you do your 360 minus your 266, that will give us our 94. Okay, so if you said the answer was D, good job. If you said the answer like anything else, hey, that's fine. But we're tweaking items here so we can break concepts down. All right, let's see. All right, so that's how we're doing. That's what's going on. So let's go with the next one. If you like it, let's keep going. If you don't, hey, I'm so glad you stopped on by. But this is what I do. I just break it on down. So the ABC, my initials, corporation earned only $120,000 during the previous year. 1/3 only of the management's predicted income. How much earning did the management predict? Was it A, $40,000, B, $360,000, C, $36,000, or D, $400,000? Okay. All right, Tasha's saying A, Heather is saying double B's. Okay, Parker saying B. I got you, Heather. Okay, Anil saying B. Is it Kaeva is saying A. Ty, hey Ty, welcome back. Z is saying B. Hey, I know this person. Oka Mona, I can never say it properly. So it says 36K. Hey Michael with the B, Cindy with the B. I think I skipped someone. Hold on, let me get back. I did. Saying 40 is crazy. Okay. Gavin, that's who I skipped. Sorry, Gavin. Saying B. G and D saying A. Flavored. D-O-Z saying A. We got cherry, strawberry, and a hot drink. I don't even know. I don't. All right, says B. Top Draft says A. All right, I got you, Top Draft. Bobby, did you get a notification? Can you please let me know? Because I did something different, and maybe that's what I need to do from now on. Epic, does it says B? I don't know. A blank space says B. Okay. All right, so we got some A's and we got some B's. Let's take a gander. All right. Okay. So if anything, we'll have that 120,000, and we're taking 1/3 of that. Okay. So if 1/3 of it went to the management, that means we're taking, if they want to know how much was earned at the prediction, that means we're taking that the 120K, but instead of taking 1/3, we're going to put that 1/3 back so we know how much we had. So that means we're actually multiplying by 3. Now, I could write all my zeros down, but I know 12 times 3 gives me 36. And then I add my zeros. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 360,000. My answer is going to be B. Okay. No notification for you, Michael? You should have got a notification too. All right, we'll figure it out. I'll just keep plugging away. Just found me by scrolling. All right. I'll just keep researching. I don't know. Because it's almost like getting to the point. What's the point of having a community if I can't send you information? Ooh, I like that. Okamiona. Okay, give me some time to get it. Oka for short? Thank you. No, I'm going to practice it. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay, too many hours. So for 25, okay, no problem. Okay, May reported to work at 8:45 a.m. and went out at 6:15 p.m. How many hours and minutes did she stay in the office? Okay, so she reported to work at 8:45 a.m. and went out at 6:15 p.m. So how many hours and minutes did she stay in the office? Is it A, 9 hours, B, 6 hours, C, 9 hours and 30 minutes, or D, 6 hours and 30 minutes? Oh yeah, you divided instead of multiplied. Right. Because they already, for the previous question, they took out the 1/3. So you want to find the total. So you had to do the reverse. So the 1/3, which is basically multiplying by the whole number of 3. All right. All right, Mr. Aurora. Okay, smiles a lot. They're all saying C. Confused you too. Okay. So we got a C divided, so confused. Yep. You don't take out the 1/3. You had to get the whole amount. Did get it. Good, Bobby. All right, so we got our C's. We have A for Jennifer. Richard, we're saying C. Okay, Ty, you got A. Okay, Tavia, welcome back. It says C. We have Cindy C, Dubai C, Ella C, L C, User C, JC C, Carl C. Okay, Kilo, C and C. Okay, so I'm seeing a whole lot of C's. Yes, so let's take a look. So if I go 8:45, then I go 9:45, that's an hour, 10:45, 11:45, 12:45, 1:45, 2:45, 3:45, 4:45, 5:45. So getting up to 5:45 is going to be 9 hours. So, but I'm at 5:45. So 5:45, remember, 45 is here. For me to get to that 6:15, that's another 30 minutes. So it will be C. Okay, so it's not a formula. It's just really just think about it. Okay, well, if I go from 8:45 and I can get from 9:45. Okay, that will be 1 hour. And then I keep counting from 9:45 to 10:45, 10:45 to 11:45. So I'll count all my hours. And then once we know we're at the 45, if I want to get to 6:15, I have to do another 30 minutes. Okay? Yep. All right. Let's see if I can fit this in. All right. Next one. 42 passengers fit on my plane. How many trips will I have to make to transport 104 people 100 miles in one day? Is it A, 4, B, 5, C, 3, or D, 2? Okay, McLovin, hey, saying A. All right, we got our 3s, we got our 4s, we got our C's, we got A's. Okay, Mace is saying that's irrelevant. Okay, again. We saw it the first time. Money, we got you. We saw you first time. Gigi, there we go. We got a whole bunch of C's. Good. Good. We got Kathy. Money, I still see you. Heather, we got our C's. Okay. Big Al, how are you? Okay, we got everything coming in here. Oh, Rebecca, welcome in, Rebecca. Bobby, we got our C's. All right, so let's take a look. Now, we can do this one of two ways. You can say, all right, well, let me see how many 42s can I fit in with that 104. Now, here's the thing. A lot of you guys are probably like using, let me use my calculator. But if you're doing GED, ASVAB, AccuPlacer, when you take the assessments, you cannot use a calculator. Okay? They will not give you that. So we're just going to have to take a look. So we're going to have to figure out with my 104, how many 42s can go into 104? Well, if I do 3 of them will take me to 126. Way too much. So if I do 2, that will give me my 84. So now this gives me my lovely little 20 that's left over. So, but that means the one that's remaining, that 20, is how many passengers that remains. So I know I can take 2 trips with the 42. That means I need to take one more trip with the 20. And that will give me a total of 3 trips. And just like, I forgot what his name was, said that this 100 miles in one day, we don't need that. Okay, we were just focusing on the passengers and how many trips we need to take. All right. Nope, because you still got 20 people left over. Alicia, you still got 20 people left over. Okay. Yep, you can do that. Okay, definitely not 5 trips. All right. So how many trips will I need to make to transport? I'm only worried about transporting. They don't care about you flying back to get them. How many trips for me to transport just 104 people? Not, oh, well, let's talk about you coming back. No. How many are going to transport the people? All right. All right. So that's why sometimes that whole reading bit just kind of throws a lot of things off. Just a word can give you a different, lovely answer. All right. See, you guys keep counting back and forth. They're not counting back and forth. They don't care. They do not care if you come back. All right. So, oh, Amaya, you're not very Christian-like, are we? Okay. You're still stuck on the corporation one? So, Ty, you're not taking 1/3. So you were dividing by 3. You have to multiply by 3. Okay. Are we answering? Yep, we can. Okay. A pole is 8 feet long. Its shadow is 6 feet long. If you draw a line from the tip of the pole to the tip of the shadow, how long will the line be? Is it A, 18 feet, B, 12 feet, C, 20 feet, or D, 10 feet? Okay, so A. Smith's giving me A, Douglas B, Jared's giving me 10. Okay, Ty's D, got a whole series of D's. No, it's not B. Okay. Just tell me what my answer is. No, it's not D. It's this. It's the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, great. Give me my answer. So we have C's, we have D's, we have B's, and then we have a couple people with A's. All right, this is interesting. Okay, so now I'm getting more of the D's. Good. I have a none of the above. Hilarious. Okay, now if you're not sure, just put a question mark in. If you're not sure, you can put a question mark in. So I'm seeing a lot of the D's. Good. I'm seeing the D's. I got double D's, triple D's, quadruple D's. Okay, got a couple people with question marks. Thank you so much for your honesty. I appreciate it. All right, so let's keep it. I know. I love how the one person's like, I don't care. And I'm like, no one told you to stay here. There's no gravitational force. You can always scroll by. No problem. It's hilarious. So for some people, let's go ahead and draw ourselves. So we have our pole, we have our shadow, and then there is from tip to tip. So this is going to be our 8 feet. This is going to be our 6 feet. And what we're looking for is that longest side. So what we just created is a right triangle. And you guys are correct. We are going to be doing Pythagorean's theorem. So for those that are unsure, that is our a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, the a and the b, they represent these two sides. These two sides are called your legs, okay? The legs are interchangeable. That means it doesn't matter which one's going to be the A and which one's going to be the B. We're perfectly fine. But the side that's directly across from this 90-degree angle, this is your longest side. That's called your hypotenuse. Now, with your hypotenuse, that's what we're looking for. So if I want, I can say 6 squared plus 8 squared equals our unknown squared. So 6 squared, that means 6 times 6, not 6 times 2. Okay, 6 times 6, which gives me 36. And 8 squared, that is 8 times 8, and that gives me 64. Okay, so now all we have to do is just add together the 36 and the 64, which we will get 100. So 100 is what equals to x squared. We have to do the opposite or the inverse of x squared, which is the square root. Okay, so the opposite of a square is a square root. So when I take the square root of one side, because what happens, this square and the square root is going to cancel out, leaving me with x. Put that over there. So now the square root of 10, what number times itself will give me square root of 100? What number times itself will give me the square root of 100? That will be 10. Okay, so my longest side, my hypotenuse, is going to be 10 feet. All right. Okay, thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone. All right. Okay, I should talk about the 3, 4, 5 triangle. I do during my tutoring services. Okay. On this platform, I just basically break down, give you a little bit of samples of what you can do. This one we're doing with the ASVAB and a little bit of GED. But if you're also taking the TEAS test, the HESI test, and then you have to deal with word problems, the algebra that's being learned here is also being associated there. Okay? All right. How did I remove the square of 2? You do its inverse. It's called the square root, Ebony. Okay? All right. Perfect. Okay? Yep. Trying to build people's confidence, because sometimes when you start throwing history and where this come from and that come from, it gets confusing and people want to shut down. We already got a lot of people that are saying they have math phobia, but it's not so much a phobia. It's just a fear because how it was presented to you when you were younger. And now you got a fear of it and you're passing it on down to your kids. You didn't think you are, but you are. So that's why I decided to come on here and to do a lot of this, okay? All right, so here we go. A company pays its writer $3 for every 300 words written. How much will the writer earn for an article with 760 words? Is it A, $9, B, $3.60, C, $7.60, or D, $6.70? I'm waiting for the jokes to come flying in. There it is, swag. I know. It's always someone. It's always someone. All right. So I'm seeing quite a few. I know, right? Like, when's it going to get old? Don't worry. So we have a whole bunch of C's, a couple of D's. Hey, Big Al. I'm not sure if I said hi to you or not. Parker saying C's. Okay. I know, right? In this economy, right? Exactly. All right. So we got some D's, we got some C's, and we got some battles between C's and D's, C's and D's. All right. Well, at least we all agree. Oh, wait. Nope. Someone threw a B in there. You are so late. Where have you guys been? Okay. Oh, you have a 78 in geometry? Awesome. Keep it going. Keep it growing. All right, so C's and B's. Okay. All right, well, let's take a look. So this is what I like to call a comparison problem. We're comparing two things. So if we're looking at $3 for 300 words, they want to know how much we're going to charge for 760 words. So since it's not a nice, sweet, even number to see what I can multiply here, sometimes I'm like, okay, well, what can I multiply here? So I noticed that if I go from 3 to 300,000, if I multiplied this 300,000, here we go, 300. If I multiplied this 3 by 100, I would get my 300. So I need something that's going to be multiplied by 100 to get my 760. This is one way that we can do it. If I know it's going to be 760, right away, I'm looking at my answer choices. And the only ones that basically starts with a 7 is going to be C. First, that's how I would actually tackle it. Because if I move my decimal over 2 places, because 100 has 2 zeros, I'm going to go 1, 2. So that means $7.60. If I multiply that by 100, that will give me 760. So I tried to look at patterns without going crazy with the cross multiplication. But if you want to see the cross multiplication, we can do that. So if I cross multiply, I'm just going to use my paper right here. That means I would have 300 times x, so that'd be 300x. And then 3 times 760 will be, that's an 8. Okay, so that'll be 280. So now I have to divide both sides by 300. Okay, so now the 300s will cancel out over here. I will get my x. And then I can cancel out these 1 sets of zeros. So now I just have to say, all right, how many 30s can go into 22? None. How many sets of 30s can go into 228? All right, well, that'll be 7 because that will give me 210. So with my 210, then I'll have 18 left over. How many 30s can go into 18? None. Bring down the 0 to 180. Would be 6. And then I would have to put my decimal in. And then I will get my 760. But remember, if your multiplication game or division game is not that strong, always check to see if there's a pattern. Okay? Sometimes the patterns may be with the denominators, or the patterns may be with the numerator and the denominator of the same fraction. Okay. Where did I get 100 from? Because if I multiply 3 times 100, I would get my 300. Okay. Yep. T's test, you can definitely use a calculator. Just a scientific one. So if I took 3 times 100, I can get 300. Whatever I do on one side, I got to do on the other side. So I need something times 100 to give me my 760. Where did the 760 come from? Okay. Life is math. Exactly. Thank you, Bree. Okay. All right. Let's try another one. Can you explain? I just explained it. Did you just get here? Okay, I'll show you in a second where you can go, just in case of some of you guys. Okay, so you hate math. Hopefully I'll pass next month. Well, not with that attitude. We're going to have to get that adjustments going. You think it's a bad explanation? All right, cool. Okay, I'm a math teacher. Congratulations. Please, I need help. I got you. Go ahead and just message me. Okay. You have my test this week. This helps. Awesome. Good. Good morning, Jay Martinez. How are you? Okay, you're dumb in math? Okay, 1, I need for you to change that attitude. You're not dumb. It's just the way the math is presented to you. It's just you need more time for it to marinate. Okay? All right. So got some people in there. So for 29, an item in the store originally priced at $300 were marked down 20%, then an additional 15%. What was the final sale price for the item? Is it A, 240, B, 204, C, 195, or D, 200? Okay, so I got some battles between B's and C's right now. Okay, B's and C's. Okay, got a random A. All right. But mostly B's and C's. B's and C's are 204, 204s. Mostly by the same person saying it. All right, we got a random D. And if, again, we got a couple D's. So if you're not sure, go ahead and hit a question mark. That's perfectly fine. Okay, because I'm going to go over the problem. So don't feel like she's just going to put the problem up there and then leave. No. All right. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at it. Okay. So the original price was $300. Okay. It was marked down 20%. So if we think of it this way, and I think a lot of people never realize that you can do it this way. A lot of retail people do this to calculate the math a lot quicker. So if you have $300 item, whatever you do, do not add the 20 and the 15. Okay? You're not taking 35% off of that 300. Okay? A lot of people generally say, oh, okay, well, that if I'm taking 20% off and then 15, okay, that's 35. And then if I do 300 and I multiply it by 0.35, which is equivalent to 0.65, then it will give me my 195. You are basically taking 20% off of the 300. If 20% is coming off, how much is remaining on the item? A lot of people don't realize that 80% is still going to be on that item. 20% is off, 80% is still on. So if I multiply my 8 and 3, I get my 24. Then I add my zeros, 1, 2, 3, because there's 1, 2, 3 zeros. And I need to round it to 2 decimal places. So then you have 1, 2. So that means just taking the 20% off will give you 240. I know a lot of you guys did 0.20 and then you got an answer and then you subtract it by 300. You can do that. It takes a little time, but you can do that. But there's another way. So now this 240, we're going to take an additional 15% off. So if 15% is coming off, what percent is still remaining? That will be 85%. So when you do your multiplication, you got 0, 0 from the 20, carry the 2, gives you 12. 8 times 0 gives me 0. 4 times 8, 32. Carry the 3, that gives you 16 plus 3, that gives me 19. Let's see if I got a little bit of room. I do. So that means we have our 0, our 0, our 4, our 0, and our 2. And we have 2 decimal places. 1, 2. So your answer is going to be 204. Okay. That's going to be the price of the final sales price. Okay. All right. So you can think of it. A lot of people in retail, this is what they teach. They show a lot of people, they're like, hey, when they have to take, well, first of all, a lot of them will say up to 80% off or up to 75% off. Grr. And you're thinking like, oh man, I'm going to take 70% off. No. It's up to. So in order for them to calculate they think of the reverse. All right, if 20% is coming off, that means 80% is still on that item. If 15% is coming off, that means 85% is still on that item. All right. Yep. So that's how I got the 80. Because everything right now, when it deals with money, is coming out of 100%, not 110%. Okay. Depending on what test. $, which test are you about to take? Which test are you going for? Because sometimes I get people that are taking the Acuplacer that's on here. That's why. Okay, yes, you do have multiple choice. So flavored with the additional 15, yes. And a lot of people think, oh, well, let me just add these two together. Sorry, let me come down. Let me add these two together and then just take the 35% off. No, it's like you have to do it step by step. Take the 20% off first, then you take the additional 15 from your answer. So instead of me taking 15, I take 85. 100 minus 15 gives me 85. Instead of me just taking 20, I'm going to actually give me 80. 100 minus 20 gives me 80. Okay. T's test is combination. Yep. All right. Thanks, Big Al. Yes. It has to be separately. Praxis core help? I do. Especially like for the younger ones. Okay. How did I get 19? What are you talking about? Yep, it's for ASVAB and GED. And also some of the math that I'm doing here is also for the Acuplacer. It's all, if it's algebra in it, you're in the right spot. How did I get 85? What's 100 minus 15? Okay. Okay. So you're not combining, Austin. Okay. You're not combining because 20% of the markdown price and it says then. That means that's that key word that's going to tell you there's going to be a separation. Okay. How did I get 1920? Multiplied 240 by 8. Can I double check myself? Why do I need to double check myself? Okay, it's 225. No. No. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to giggle. No, I do mean to giggle. No. All right. This helps? Awesome. All right. It just looks wrong because you're not used to taking the percentage that still remains on the item. Just a little advancement. Something new. Because even if you do it the other way, you're going to get the same answer, but you're just got yourselves extra steps. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. How did I get to 1,200? 240 times 5. Okay. All right. So, ready for the next one? So, a newlywed couple bought a car with $3,500 down payment and needs to pay $580 per month for 4.5 years. How much did they have to pay for that car all in all? Is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, so we got a whole bunch of A's. Jizzo saying A, Ham Squared saying A, Myers saying A, Price is saying A, basically. Pressa is saying A, Double X is saying C, Joe is saying A, the sweet one A, Maddie saying A, Chase saying A, okay, Kilo Squared A. Is that Mia? How do you know you had to subtract 120? because that's how much. Let me put it this way. So if they're taking 20% off, okay, you have like 100 cookies. You take 20 of those cookies away. How many of those cookies do you have left? I feel like one of those mom memes with the apples. You got 3 apples. I took 1 away. How many apples in there? He's talking about 4. Go get my belt. But I don't want to do that. How often I'm here? I try to get on here every day. Right? I was like, I don't want to do that. Forgot to add the down payment. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm doing this one. So we have. So let's take a look. So things that we're talking about is the $580 per month. Thank you so much for the good morning, MD. All right. So we're starting out with $3,500 down. All right. We want to know what's happening at $580 per month for 4.5 years. We need to convert that. Okay. Hey, his personal. How are you? Welcome back. Okay. So we need to convert that 4.5 years into months. The reason why I need to convert it into months is because we're talking about this $580 per month. So I want to know how many months is that. So first off, I'm going to take my 4.5, so 4.5, I can say. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not sure who did that. It'll show up shortly. So we're taking our 4.5, so 4.5, and I'm going to multiply it by 12 because there's 12 months in a year. So now we have 5 times 2. That gives me my 10. Carry the 1. 4 and 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. Now we got 1 and 5. That gives me 5. 1 and 4. That gives me 4. So if I do, I got my 0. I got my 4. I got carry my 1. Got my 5. So there's 1 decimal place. So that means I got 54. So we're looking at 54 months. Right? So if we're doing this at $580 per month, I'm going to move this over in a second. But we need for it to equal what? Okay. And then we're going to need with the 350 down. So we're going to be adding our 3,500. All right. So 580 times 54. Is my 0. 3 to 0. That's 2. And then that's 20. There. Combine that with 30, and that'll be 31. So that'll be 331. Okay, plus my 3,500. Okay, so 580 times 54 will give me 31,320. But we can't have D. And we definitely know it's not C. Because remember, we put 3,500 down. And they want to know how much do they have to pay for the car all in all. So they want the total. That includes what they put for a down payment. So when I add those up, I'm going to get, that's a 0, that's a 2, 8, 4, and 3. So 3, 4. So I'm going to get 34,820. So my option should be A. so my option should be A. Yep, I think a lot of people did, especially when they were saying D's. Where did the 54 come from? Well, the 4.5 years, I had to convert them into months. So that's where the 12 came from. So 4.5 times 12 will give me my 54. So that's 54 months. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Yep. 1 year has 12 months in it. Okay. All right. Good. It's not 90. How did I get 90? What's 45 times 2? Okay. 45 times 2. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is kind of switch gears a little bit. Let's see, because there is another piece to this lovely thing called the ASVAB. So sometimes they will talk a little bit about, and actually before I expand on this, let me jump in here. So if some of you guys, before you skedaddle and you're like, oh, I wish I could see the replays and all this stuff, this is where you can go. Okay, you go here, type in this, and you can find all the replays. Now, for today's replay, give me some time because sometimes it takes a little bit for me to download it off of TikTok to put it there. But all of my replays from February the 2nd, so anything that I've done, anything that's affiliated with algebra is going to be on there. And then some of the questions that we see that are 4-point questions for the GED, also some high stake questions for ASVAT, because you know ASVAT is a progression type test. So the better you're doing, the more math they're going to give you. So if you see anything like slopes, that means you're like in the 40s. Okay, if you see anything like system of equations, you're in like late 40s, early 50s. If you're starting to see volume, then you're doing really well, like you're in the 60s. If you start seeing volume of composite figures, that means you're in the 70s. So when you're just basically adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing fractions, decimals, finding distance formulas, you're basically in the 20s, just getting on the cusp of the 30s. Okay, so if you're solving 1-step, 2-step, multi-step equations, you're getting past the 30s. You're like in mid to late 30s. So that's how you're going to do your progression. All right, thank you. Yes, I'm talking about the ASVAB. But with the GED, test questions, do you do go live over? I mean, it's a whole combination. So when it comes to the GED, you have 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, and 4 point questions. Now, a lot of people that if they didn't pass the GED, it's because you skipped all the 4 point questions. Mathematically, it's not possible for you to pass. Now, those 4 point questions are slope, the equation of the line, finding how to graph an equation of the line, parallel and perpendicular lines, knowing the difference between those two, system of equations, system of inequalities, volume of especially rectangular prism, spheres, cylinder. What else? It's very seldom. It might pop maybe one out there, but mostly it's rectangular and cylinders. So, okay. Well, daydreamer, you're your own person. You're not your father. Okay? All right. Without writing the math now. Can I do that? I can. All right. So, you guys got to stop living in other people's worlds. You got to focus on your own. That's the problem. You worry about everybody else. Worry about you. Worry about what you want to learn. And if it takes you longer to process it, that doesn't mean that you're dumb. That means that you just need extra time to process information. So all this negative, oh, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm not going to do this, shut your hole, okay? Open up your mind. You'll be fine, okay? Do I do free tutoring? No, I do not. No, because I have to pay my bills. Like, this is free tutoring that I'm doing right now for TikTok. So I'm just displaying what I can do versus what I can't do. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, you think it's B? C, it is C, please. Okay, do I tutor calculus? No, I do not. I do have a friend that does. A couple friends, actually. Okay, so we got some C's, we got some B's, we got some D's. All right, so let's take a look. Which of the following is not true? I was like, which of the following not true? Very great English. A rectangle is a parallelogram. B, a rhombus is a square. C, a square is a rectangle. Or D, a rectangle is a rhombus. And some of you are probably like, say what? With the ACE test? I'm not sure what the ACE test is. Is it high school equivalent? Because I've never heard. Hey, Lynette. How are you? We need to chat. I've just been so crazy. All right, so I got some A's, I got some B's. Okay, fan clubs is complete, yay. Okay, user with the D, we got a D with a question mark. Hola, Sasha. ¿Cómo estás? Don't go crazy, I only know certain Spanish words. Okay, Wes. Oh, you just finished your live? Oh, cool. Yeah, probably a little bit later. All right. Oh, good. All right, so the ACE test. Okay. All right. So let's take a look. A rectangle is a parallelogram. Yes, that is true. So if I think about a rectangle, I'm going to try to draw some over here, maybe like up here. The reason why that is true, because parallelograms, their opposite sides are congruent. Okay? Same thing as a rectangle. Okay? So that is a true statement. A rhombus is a square. Yes. So a rhombus, the best thing that it has going for it, that all four sides are congruent. Their angles aren't, but their sides are. Very similar to a square. So a rhombus can act as a square, but a square cannot act as a rhombus. Now, a square is a rectangle. Well, yeah, you got similar angles, but a square cannot be a rectangle. Okay, a square cannot equal to a rectangle. One, because a rectangle, we have only two sets of congruent sides, whereas a square, all four sides are congruent. So this is the one that is not true. Okay, that's the one that is not true. Okay, all right, there you go. So now, let's go to the next one. And I actually have a resource that I let my, I think I might add that on there. Okay, which is the following not true? Again, so a quadrilateral is a rectangle if and only if all angles are congruent. B, a square is a regular quadrilateral. C, a square is a rhombus with unequal diagonals. Or D, a rhombus is an equal angular parallelogram. As 4 right angles. Okay. A square is a rectangle? Or is a rectangle a square? I know. Okay. Yep. ASVAB. W, not WV. Okay. Is that Satan? Satan? It's saying C. Hi, Satan. You always want to go in here. Yeah, I don't co-host. Sorry. Okay. Arts for you. We're saying C. Good. Whole bunch of C's, C's, C's. Okay. All right. Okay, Nestor, I got you. Okay, Big Al, got you. All right. So we have a square is a regular quadrilateral. So that's true. Boom, that's gone. A quadrilateral is a rectangle if and only if, because they have this here, all angles are congruent. That makes that true because of that lovely thing. So now we're between a square is a rhombus. Now, here's the thing. A square can't be a rhombus. A rhombus can act as a square. Okay? This is my wrong one. And don't say, well, just whenever in doubt, pick C. Don't do that. Okay? All right. So that's the same shot. You knew it. Of course you did, Satan. Hell yeah. Could feel the flames of fire rushing out here. All right. So now we're going to start shortening more people. Let's see. Going into a little geometry. All right. So let's take a look. If segment AB, okay, let's say here's segment AB, okay, is parallel to segment DE, so this one right here, and angle B, which is right here, is 65 degrees, and angle C, just this angle right here, is 33 degrees. What is the measure of angle D? Is it A, 148, B, 90, C, 75, or D, 180? Ooh. Okay. Now don't leave. Don't leave. Because there's a simple way of doing it. You're like, how'd you know I was about to leave? Because. Just because. All right. So I got a couple of people with A. Okay. I think it's IRIP saying A, Tri-Gal saying A, Royal saying D. You forgot the formula for this. That's okay. It's all right, Satan. We're going to get back to it. Okay. Is it Peg? Piggy? Okay, so Gentle is saying, hello, Gentle. Saying A. Okay, Real. I know you guys were. All right, Flavor, thank you for that. Chris is saying C. Chasing saying A. Ron saying B. Okay, AEJ squared is saying B. All right. All right, so there you go. You're saying that it can't be the 75. I totally agree with that. Okay. And the right angle is 90. Okay, so we know it's more than 90 and 75, yes, because it's an obtuse angle. Okay, because it's an obtuse angle, it has to be more. So it can't be B and it can't be C. But is it giving me a straight angle? Okay, you changed to A. Yes. All right. So we're taking a look here. If I had to take a gander, I think it's going to be A. And it is A. Because if I take my 180, because since they said these two angles are parallel, so if I take my 180 minus my 65, okay, if we know about parallel lines cut with a transversal, okay, so I'm going to have a small angle that's going to be 65, similar to angle B. And then I'm going to add this 33 because, again, if it's parallel lines, you cut with a transversal, you're going to have what's called alternate interior angles, and it's going to be 33. So if I do the 180 minus the 65 plus the 33, it will give me my 148. But again, with geometry, you can't just use your eyes, but since they're giving us this angle marking, and that means we're looking at angle D, that's not a straight line, but it's definitely bigger than 90, and it's definitely bigger than 75. And since it's not straight, it's not going to be 180, and it has to be less than. So it would be A. Okay. Right? It's been years, David. Hey, I got you. You picture the protractor in your head. It's like the visions of the protractor. All right. Okay. Let's see how many more we can get done. All right. Back to it. So 2 points, negative 4.6 and 4.8 on the number line. What is the distance to the nearest tenth between these 2 points? Is it A, 9 and 1/10? Is it B, 10 and 2/10? C, 9 and 4/10? Or D, 8 and 4/10? So Michael's saying C, Daydreamer is saying D. Is that Winter is saying B? Double J is saying B. Ahmad saying D. Big Dog saying C. His personal saying C. Trigal's thinking C. Mystery. Oh, I love that. Mystery is saying B. Tina, C. C. The signs are different to add. Only the differences. Exactly. So we got our C's. We got our Sterling C. Bobby C. Oka Mia. I'm going to end to practice it. Saying D. All right. Okay. So Idara. Let's see. C. Sabbath. C. Sterling. C. All right. Not sure, Big Al. Got you. So take a look. If it's on the number line, so I'm going to fake draw a number line. So we're saying negative 4.6 is here and positive 4.8 is here. Now I'm just going to throw my zeros somewhere around here. Now, they want the distance. Okay, they just want the distance. How long to go from here to here? So, although this is a negative 4.6 and this is a positive 4.8, a lot of people will say, oh, it's 0.2. Well, luckily we don't have here. But from here to here, the distance from here to here is still going to be 4.6. You're just going in the negative direction from 0. But this distance is still 4.6. So then from this 0 to 4.8, that distance is also going to be, but this time 4.8. So I can just add those two bad boys together because I'm just looking at the distance, the length. Add them together. So that will give you your carry the 1. That will give you your 4. So that would be a 9. So it'll be 9.4. Okay, so all we're looking at the distance. You see it now? Okay. Just Sharpie pens. I know, doing math and pens is like so risque. But it shows up better on the lives than the pencil. Okay. All right, you see it now? Good. Good. All right, Satan. Good. Nice. Not a problem. All right. And there was another great math teacher in here that says, just do that. Exactly. All right. So 2 lines are said to be blank if they do not intersect. Is it A, skew? I always like that word, skew. B, transversal. C, either parallel or skew. Or D, parallel. All right. Look at all these smarty patardies. Okay. Just because we have to know what skew means. So I got a couple C's, but mostly D's. Good, mostly D's. Yep, you can take the absolute value of negative 4.6. Yes, you can. What you get on your PSAT? I'm bored again. What you get? What you get? What you get? Oh, thanks for the cake slices. Making me hungry. This diet's going, what? Look at you. 11:30? Good job. Congrats. Love snaps. Yes. Good job. All right. So the answer of this, not a problem. Congratulations. I was like, doesn't it feel good? So just because they give you this as an option, because I know a lot of us like, well, when they give you this as an option, it has to be that answer. But skew, okay, there's like some kind of intersection. Let me do my little 3D figure here. So skewed will be like this line here and this line here. Like there is this one right here. So there is a possibility. Like this one's going this way, and then this one's going this way. Yeah. So when there is a possibility that they could intersect, but we don't want it to intersect. It's just parallel. It's just parallel. Yeah, do not intersect. Hey, Anthony, welcome back. Okay, next year. That's awesome. Yes, you can. Good. Bouncing away. I know, I just like to say the word skew. All right, so the last one, it's going to have to be because I have to get going to tutoring. But anyway, so point X and Y are on segment AB. If segment AX is greater than segment BY, then which statement must be true? A is AY is less than BY. B, AX is less than BX. C, AY plus BX is greater than AB. Or D, AY is greater than BX. Okay, I'm waiting for the C's of question marks. Okay, higher in math. Wow, you got higher in math than English? Look at you. So what does that say? Okay, is it the reading comprehension? Okay, no clue, no problem. I got you. Visual person, I got you. Anthony, I'm the same blessed way. Okay. All right, so Brandon's thinking a little lost. Anna, okay. Brandon, either D or B. Okay, Christian music, you're thinking D. Okay. Okay, I don't see the whole question. What do you mean the whole question? What's her scores for? The PSAT, Royal. Yeah, the scores for the PSAT. Because a lot of the PSAT scores got released. Okay. All right. I know you're waiting. Good job. All right. So, visualization. We have a segment. Okay, so a segment with 2 endpoints. My endpoint is A and B. All right. So they're saying point X and Y are on this segment. So I'm going to put somewhere X and Y. But this is telling me what to do. So they're saying that AX is greater than BY. So if I go here, I can put the x here, and then I can maybe put the y here, because from a to x is larger than from b to y. Okay, so now we're going to follow the statements. So we're saying AY is less than BY. Well, if we look at the length of it, no. So A is gone. AX is less than BX. Not really. So now we have AY plus BX is going to be greater than AB. Most of it's going to be within that AB status. So we got AY is bigger than BX. That's our true statement. So 1, you had to figure out how to draw your segment. Okay. And then you just figure out which one's going to give you the true statement. And it must be true. Okay. Must is the operative word. Okay. Yeah, this one was a good one. All right. So these are example questions for the ASVAT. I got these online. Let me show you. Give credit when credit's due. This is where I got these problems from, but there are a lot of problems that some people use ASVAT for Dummies. I hate the name of that thing because you're not dumb. And the reason why I like ASVAT for Dummies is because of their quizzes, because their assessments are very close to what you will actually see on the test. So I'm not affiliate or anything like that. I've been looking through a lot of ASVAT books, and that's the one that a lot of people have been passing from. The book itself, it's very wordy. So if you're a visual person, you're just like cringing every time you touch it. But the questions of the assessments are actually pretty good. This one actually uses quite a few of the questions from ASVAT for Dummies. But you can just go through there online and just find it. Okay. All righty then. I know, you're not dumb. I hate when they put words like that. But anyway, so get into this, and then I'm going to have to skedaddle on you. Even though this was quite fun. It's quite entertaining. All right, so if you give me like later on this afternoon for me to upload it, because I do have to go to my session. But if you can go here, and there is a playlist that says TikTok Lives. And you can see all my lives from February the 2nd. Some of them are like individual based, like I'm working on factoring, solving 1-step, 2-step, multi-step equations, looking at those 4-point questions on GED. So any of those. And then plus I have quite a few of these group type questions. So like just random questions that you can see. And of course you get all the answers on them. So if you need a tutor, I'm going to tell you my price for tutoring is for TikTok people is $77. I usually charge $97 for tutoring. Yes. And I'm worth every single penny of it. So that's why I tried to go live here just to give you a small taste of what I can do. But I am working on something that can be beneficial to you guys that needs the assistance. So I'm currently working on it. I'm really excited about it. And once it's ready, I'm going to release it here on TikTok. All right. Not a problem. Well, thanks, Big Al. I appreciate that. I know there's other people out there. If you are a nurse and you're needing some assistance, you can go to a Blessed RN. If you're interested in learning how to do the basic math but using the abacus, you can go to my friend Lynette, who was here earlier, learning with Lynette. She's awesome with that. If you need help with calculus, you can actually go to Robert, the AP math guy, to help you with calculus, as well as Mr. M. Okay, just Mr. M. All right. Okay, everyone, I have to skedaddle. Hopefully you guys will have an amazing day. Definitely give me, okay, for you, I just follow you. Okay, awesome. If you have any questions whatsoever, I do have products and services, but if you're not sure what's what, just go ahead and send me a message. And but if you have any questions about the ASVAB, I definitely helped a lot of people raise their scores up and same as GED. Just let me know. All right. Okay. Yes, I do. GED tutoring. Yes, I do. All right. So I'm going to be working on a schedule. I'm going to see what I can do, but just stay tuned. Okay. Just continue to follow me and I'll try to keep you guys updated as best as I can. All right, everyone. Have an amazing day. Take care and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.